Hi lovelies, this is Sheree from Divine Visions. I'm bringing you a pick a card reading today. This is for Divine Feminines who wish to know why their Divine Masculine has pulled away from the connection or from you. Why has your Divine Masculine pulled away at this time? This often occurs in the twin flame connection especially, but it can occur within soulmate relationships as well. I've got 3 cards in front of you. We're doing 3 different readings. You can choose more than one if you wish to. We're going to be really looking into his energy, where he's currently at, and how he feels towards you at this current time, with other questions as well. But just focus on the cards for a moment. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll get started very shortly. Okay, if you chose reading number 1, we're going to have a look at your special card here. Beautiful with the dove above them and the sunlight, it looks like. Rays of love and sunlight coming on the top of their crown chakras here. Got the heart chakra here going on. And this says, twin flames, your passion ignites. There's a lot of passion between the two of you. You are twin flames. This is what this is confirming, if you've thought this is what you are. You know, labels, don't normally like labels, but we are looking at different kind of connections here today as well. So if you've been thinking that this person is your twin flame, this may be a confirmation for you. Let's get started. So let's have a look then at your person, your Divine Masculine's current energy right now. What is he currently sitting in? What energy is your Divine Masculine currently sitting in right now? Cycles. He's going through a cycle currently right now. And if you've been with him for some time, you might have recognized what this cycle actually is. There is a cycle in his life where his behavior changes. There may be a cycle that he's undergoing where it's like a transformation going on within him currently. It might be a 6-monthly thing for this Divine Masculine. You'll notice it. You'll notice it that there's been a certain amount of time where you're close and then a certain amount of time where he will pull back. Perhaps this is something that you're recognizing as something that is going on in his personal life that's not really about you. Let's have a look. Number 6 is also the nurturing energy here. So he needs to be able to go within and nurture himself at this time. When he's going through a cycle, you go through the same cycle. You're following what's going on with him. So with the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminines, they usually mirror each other, and when one chases, the other one runs away. And this is the cycle that you guys have undergone for some time right now. He's in a cycle of running away. That's what's going on here. Let's have a look at the what he's coming up against right now. So let's have a look. This is, I've got to grab them over here. So this card here, this is the Sacred Circle Tarot. We're going to see what is he actually coming up against right now. What is he actually coming up against right now? What are his challenges? What's he facing? There's some health issues that he's not taking care of right now. He's too busy running away, too busy being in a cycle, hiding away in this cycle, not completing something in his life. This is why he keeps going in these cycles, because he's not facing something and it's to do with his health. Now, this could be his mind space. It could be mental health. Could be emotional health, could be his physical health. For some of them, they will be going through a physical issues with stress, work, that kind of thing. There's a cycle going on for him where he's not feeling solid or grounded. We've got the fire energy here, the King of Wands reversed. He's not feeling like he's in a leadership role. He might be getting quite frustrated and angry, and he's not prioritizing himself correctly right now. Look, grounding, where there's that word grounding. He's not grounding his energy. He's not in control of himself right now. What he's doing is running away. He's continuing the cycle at this stage. He's not necessarily moving onto a path that's benefiting him. If anything, it may be destructive. There might be addictions going on here. He might be smoking. This is the weirdest thing coming through. I'm seeing for some of you, he might be smoking marijuana just to kind of like escape. You know, there's addictions here where he's escaping into himself. He's not the leader. He's not the person who wants to be bold and courageous and getting out there. He's withdrawing. I mean, he's withdrawing from you. He's withdrawing from everyone around him. It's almost like he wants to be either really with those close friends who are not too good for him. You know, they're not positive. They're not uplifting. They're kind of just in that cycle together. It may be that he's pushing those that are around away from him that are positive around him. And there's some conflicting feelings going on for him within. He's got a lot of self-sabotaging energy going on. So let's have a look. This is what he's coming up against. But why has he actually pulled away? We want to see why. What was the catalyst for this whole pulling away from you? I mean, we can see the whys and hows, but we want to know more. Why has he actually pulled away? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, he's suffering in silence. He's withdrawn, but not in a this card normally talks about someone emotionally withdrawing because they need to find themselves. They need to go on a quest. They need to look within. They need to find the answers. They need to let something go for now to seek something with a higher purpose and meaning, which would be for him to go within and heal himself because he's suffering in silence. So this is why he's pulled back. It's because he is suffering in silence. He has a lot of anxiety in his mind space. It's too, he's pushing away the divine feminine, because you are able to see into all of this stuff. You know exactly what's going on. Like you feel it on a deeper level. You can feel that, you can see and feel that there are things that he is not, he's not facing or confronting for the betterment of his health. He's not doing that. He's suffering in silence. Instead of seeking help or reaching out, he's emotionally withdrawing and sabotaging the connection right now. And by doing so, he's feeling sorry for himself. He is in that cycle where the emotions are pulled back. Everything's pulled back. I'm not even sure if he's making contact with you because it feels like he's really, really pulled back, like even from communicating. And if there is communication, it's probably very surface stuff or just very short, blunt kind of communication going on here because he's unable to deal with anything emotional right now. He's unable to, his mind is so full of stuff, like it's just compressed, and it's like feeling like it's just so chock-a-block full of this stress and anxiety and feeling lost and alone and stuck and hiding away in a hole, you know. That's how it feels like for this divine masculine. And he's not wanting the nurturing energy of the twin flame of the divine feminine right now. He's resisting that and pushing it away because deep down he doesn't feel he deserves it. He's got some issues to do with, self-esteem, body image, whatever it might be. There's just something he feels like he doesn't deserve the divine feminine. He feels like he's too far gone, you know, to deal with this, to be anything good to her or the relationship right now, the connection. So what is on his mind, though? What is on his mind when he thinks about you? What is on his mind when he thinks about you? There's a male energy, masculine energy. Let's see what else comes up with that. your diet, make positive changes, detox. All right, let's have a look at this because it can be confusing sometimes. Now, it's interesting. It's interesting because he's very much in the feel sorry mode, suffering in silence, feeling like he's not getting anywhere, he's stuck, he's conflicted. But when he thinks of you, we go back to that feeling like he doesn't feel like he deserves you or that you deserve better. You know, he's probably even said that to you because he's got such a low self-esteem about himself. He's not on track. He just feels all over this, you know, scattered all over the place. But when he thinks of you, he thinks that you deserve to have this strong masculine in your life, someone who will take care of your needs. He needs you to make a positive change. He feels that you need to perhaps detox yourself from his toxicity, which is what he feels and knows that he's brought into the connection through this stuff here, through the dark shadows. He's bringing in this darkness into the connection, and he knows this. This is why he's pulling back, because he knows he's in a cycle. He wants to also be this divine masculine, somebody who comes in very strong and charming and, you know, is able to be reliable for you, and is somebody that has their shit together and has all this stuff going on for them where they are healthy, because we're looking at health for him. So yes, on one hand, he may want you to move on and find somebody. It might be something he doesn't really want you to do, but he might feel in his times of darkness that you deserve something better. But also I do see that when we're talking about health, he wants to be right for you. He wants to be healthy. He wants to have a healthy mind. He wants to be better. That's what he's saying. He wants to be better about, you know, within himself. Because he knows he's not that right now for you. So this is what he's feeling, is that he's got nothing to offer the divine feminine right now, because he's flailing, you know, kind of like sinking in all this stuff that is really overwhelming for him right now. So let's have a look at what does he need from you right now? What does this divine masculine actually need from you? What does he need from you right now? Joy and stability. So this is the twin flame card, to keep that light shining for him. I know it might be hard, but if you're able to see that it's not a personal thing, that this is something he struggles with, this is something he undergoes every so, you know, many times, like it could be over 3 months, over certain times of the year where there's certain memories that might come up for him regarding his past, where he gets a bit funny around it. It could be birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve. It could be anything significant for him. It could be someone's passing, like their death. You know, it could be something that's very much a trigger for him that's coming into this connection. So what he needs the divine feminine to do is to hold this space for him. She's a strong foundation for him, because while he's undergoing this, the last thing he needs is for her to also follow and mirror this kind of falling and crumbling and not being able to stand up straight and be healthy and strong-minded as well. So he needs the spirit of the divine feminine to shine brightly for him, to see past all that stuff that's going on, the hurt and the pain, etc., to notice that, okay, he is undergoing some stuff, you know, and it, you know, some of you might feel like it doesn't give him the right to do this or that, and, you know, it's made me feel like this, and that's fair enough. You're allowed to feel those things, obviously. It is painful when the divine masculine pulls back like this. But to be able to see it from a higher perspective, this is what he needs, is that you still embrace this light within yourself, and that you're able to shine it towards him even from afar. And that you're able to confront, what are we seeing? That you're able to see past the illusion. We got the moon, which is all about confronting. Oh God, I've done it again. All right, here we go. So confronting, this is what it's about. He wants you to be able to see past the illusion of what's going on here, that it's deeper. It's much deeper than the surface stuff that he might be showing you. There's very deep emotions he's feeling here. There's a lot of deep stuff that he's dealing with to do with his past, a childhood issue. It's the inner child, something that he needs you to understand, to still shine your light on this. It's almost like if you're scolding him or lashing out or withdrawing or whatever it might be, it's not going to make him do anything but withdraw more. So with this divine masculine, he definitely needs you to be able to understand that this is what he's confronting right now within himself. He may not necessarily be able to say it and express it because he's closed off. So let's have a look then at, will he bounce back? Is he going to bounce back? I want to see, what cards am I going to use? Yeah, is he going to bounce back from this? Is he going to bounce back? In the next 6 weeks. Material and spiritual prosperity. There's balance here. He's going to be more balanced in himself. Why is he going to be more balanced in himself? What's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, he's needed this disruption. He's needed this. He's needed something to happen between the two of you as well, but he's needed a disruption. This is like the tower moment where things come crashing down in his life. There's a sudden change, sudden awakening type thing. And he's needed this to happen for whatever reason. What's going on for him right now is that he's had to hit rock bottom to be able to work his way back up again and build that foundation. You're going to help that foundation be there for him. Like, you are the foundation for him if you're able to keep this space and this light for him. So that may actually help him in some ways, once the pressure is off as well, to build himself up and to get to a point where he can see clearly, he can see the pathway ahead, he can see the light, and have the emotions flowing again. This is what he needs. So he's coming into that place of stability, and it's a give and take energy. So it's like he's more open now to be able to give and receive. So let's see. I just want to see a special message. Yep, he still has a burning passion for you. He might not be tapping right into that energy right now, but he deep down, he does have this burning passion. It might come across as frustration and resentment sometimes when it's channeled wrong, when it's channeled the other way, when it's coming through this lens of darkness and sadness and anxiety and things like that. It'll come through those ways, but what he's really holding for you is this burning passion. He's not let go, he's just withdrawing. So let's see what the special message is. What does he actually want to say? Okay. What he wants to say is, be aware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So it's interesting, if you're perceiving him to be a certain way, then, that's how it's going to be. That's how you're going to see this person. You're going to come across, if you, for instance, if you think, okay, like, he's just closed off to me and he doesn't want anything to do with me, then that's the energy you're going to be putting out there, and that's what's going to come back to you, and that's the cycle you're going to be going through with that as well. Seeing the good in him is going to help him bring out the good in him. So it's that kind of energy going on here as well. You both have this amazing qualities. So see the qualities that you like about your divine masculine. Focus on those, okay? And I really hope that's helped you today. Okay, if you chose reading number 2, we're going to have a look at your special card here. And it says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. So it's so interesting, guys, because we are talking about a separation or challenges that are that you're undergoing right now. And basically what this is saying is that at the moment, there is a need to have space. There is a need to be close, and you are close, but there's also a need for space. Allow this person, whatever he's going through, your divine masculine, you have to allow him to, work his way through that. Now, that card was from reading number 1. Sorry, I meant to move that one. So let's have a look at what your divine masculine's current energy is. What energy is he sitting in right now? Say what you mean. We're talking about integrity here. We're talking about truth. We're talking about confusion, with communication. Say what you mean. Now, I'm getting that this divine masculine has been confused and is quite frustrated with the divine feminine, because it appears that things she's saying is not aligning, like it's in contradiction to what she's really meaning. Like she's saying things, she's saying one thing and then doing another, and it's confusing him. He's saying, say what you mean. What do you really mean? Don't skirt around it, don't say one thing and have me guessing what you want. Be direct. Say exactly what you mean. Now, this divine masculine is an overthinker. And so with overthinkers, you need to be direct. Otherwise, they will have like 100 and like a million things going in their mind as to what things mean. Where can it go, So you really do need to be direct with this divine masculine. Sometimes you lash out and perhaps have said things that you don't really mean, and your actions have shown otherwise. So it's kind of like confusing to this divine masculine. Also, I feel he wants to know what the divine feminine, what you actually feel and what you want. What do you want? Because once again, there's this anger or some kind of energy here where there's been a distance, or there's been this misunderstanding or something in the communication where it's left a block between you now. It's kind of like, shit, how do we get over this? How do we get over this obstacle now? How do we make it right? How do we dissolve it? How do we resolve it? Let alone dissolving it. How do we resolve it? How do we get past it? How do we get through this time where we need space? Because that's what this is about as well. How do we get through this time and needing space without things turning weird? So let's have a look. What are they coming up against? What is your divine masculine right now coming up against? What are the challenges right now for him? Okay, so what we've got here is the Druid, which is the Hierophant, and we've got Bounty. Is it? No, Bondage. Sorry, Bondage, Eight of Swords. Okay, yep. Diplomacy, right. Interesting. So let's have a look. So we've got the Hierophant here reversed. This divine masculine doesn't know what to work with in this connection. Words are not enough. And, whatever's going on between the two of you, it seems to me we've got the Bondage card, Eight of Swords reversed. It was reversed. And so he gets himself in a mindset. Just when he's got himself in a mindset and he thinks he knows what things are going, the things that are going on between the two of you, bang, something else happens and he's got to kind of readjust and think, okay, shit, what do I do now? She said this, but now she's meaning this. And where do I stand in this? What do I do? What do I work with this to make it right? Because he's getting resentful here. It's a resentment going on here of not knowing what the divine feminine actually wants. Is she playing a game? This is what I'm hearing. He thinks she might be game playing. So he thinks that you might be game playing with him. And he's not committing to this right now because it's this way and then it's that way. So he's not sure what kind of energy he's working with right now. This is why he's saying, say what you mean. What do you actually mean? Where's your integrity in this? What do you really believe in? What do you stand for? Do you really want this? Or are you letting go? Are you letting go or are you not letting go? This kind of thing's going on. We've got the Swords cards going on here. Also, this is the Taurus energy if you're dealing with a Taurus male, masculine. But the ability to come out from this place of being stuck in the mindset of negativity, like he's coming out of this place, but he's also keeping his secrets. You know, he's trying to, he's trying to be diplomatic. He's trying to be tactful with the divine feminine, because it sounds to me like, it seems to me, and sounds because I'm hearing it, is that when he's having a conversation with you, he's not sure what he can and can't say, because it either gets, he thinks it gets twisted, or that you are testing him or not trusting him. So there's this feeling that he wants to kind of detach from this, the communication right now. He doesn't want to deal with it right now because it's kind of confusing, and to him it's a game, like a mind game. And he's trying to be diplomatic with the divine feminine. This is hard for him to do because she seems to be stuck on a particular thing right here. So it could be that the divine feminines really want him to move forward and commit to her. And also she's confused. I'm doing this the other way around as well. She's saying to him, what do you want? What do you mean? You're showing me these actions, you're saying this stuff, but then you do this and then you do that. So it's kind of like a mirroring going on here as well. You can both do this. And this is why there's a confusion, because when one's pulling on the string, the other one's kind of like pulling on it as well. So it's like a tug of war going on here of coming together closer and then pulling away, and then one pulls away and then the other pulls away, and it's, one comes forward, then pulling away. So it's kind of like, what the hell? This energy is full on. This energy is crazy. And so there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of suspicion going on here as to what the other person is actually really doing, or what do they really mean when they say that? Do they really mean it? Are they lying to me? Are they being deceptive? There's all sorts of shit going on here. That's also what he's coming up against. Okay, so what has made this divine masculine pull away from the divine feminine? What's actually made him do this? What's the catalyst at this time? Well, we can see the obstacles and challenges. We did see that. We saw this wall, this wall that each have to get over. There's definitely obstacles and challenges to overcome here. And being able to take that first step forward, both of you don't really want to, because you're kind of like, well, what? What? I don't get this. What's going on? You're kind of pausing, and then I'm pausing, and don't know where to go from here. Do I make the first move, or do you make the first move? It's really weird energy, guys. So this is the Choose Wisely card reversed. And this divine masculine feels that the divine feminine is not choosing him, or hasn't chosen him. She's had so many other things on her mind. Maybe she's choosing to focus more on what's going wrong and the obstacles that are in place and what he may or may not be doing, rather than just going with it, going with it and going with the flow, but also seeing past an illusion here, because we do see suspicion. And sometimes when there's suspicion, you don't really, your mind makes up things, then you start to believe it. And so then you'll come out and say things that may not be true, and it's in contradiction to what you're actually feeling and what you wanted and what you said that you wanted. So this is where this is happening. He sees that the divine feminine is causing an obstacle. She's causing a challenge by doing this, choosing to believe in things that may not be happening. Okay, so then we have, let's see, what is it? Just checking my questions here, guys. What's on his mind when he thinks about you? What is on this divine masculine's mind when he thinks about you? Well, there it goes. Oh. Male. Betrayal, deceit, distrust, beware. Wow, be aware. Okay, this is very interesting energy because we see the Seven of Swords, which can represent deception or secrets. There might have been a betrayal here. There might be, there might not be. But what I'm seeing from here is that when he thinks of the Divine Feminine, he is thinking that she's either perceiving him to be somebody who is untrustworthy, or if this is another case for some of you, it could be that he has betrayed the Divine Feminine in some way, and now she's not trusting in the connection or the journey. That she's, she might be perceiving him as this snake, that's offering her this, the apple basically. It's offering, like it's almost like offering her his heart, but at the same time, he's going to rip it away from her. So she sees it that he's not trustworthy. So when he thinks of the Divine Feminine, he's feeling that she's viewing him in this way, that he's deceptive and he can't be trusted. And so this is why he's confused, because, and that might have been the case for some of them. You might have had a history with this person where there has been a betrayal. Could have been that way. And it could be that you've come back together and things have been healed, whatever it is for your case here. This Divine Masculine is thinking that you don't trust him. And that's what this blockage is, that you're causing a blockage in this, because instead of choosing to trust and believe in what he's saying and to work with him, there is this feeling of creating that space that we talked about, but in a negative way. Pushing him aside, pushing him away, but wanting him to come in. So it's very confusing for this Divine Masculine. Okay, so what does this Divine Masculine need from you right now? What does he need from you? What does he need from you right now? While all this is going on, what does he need you to do or be? Whoa. Far out, guys. Sorry. My cards are flying everywhere. Okay, so what he needs and wants you to be is not to withdraw and leave him feeling left out in the cold. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want you punishing him in any way. He wants you to come through in a loving energy. This is the Gemini energy. He wants you to come forward with his loving energy, not to push him aside, not to punish him in any way. Not to isolate yourself either. Because sometimes the Divine Feminine can do that. She can say what she, is thinking at the time and then withdraw and then feel sad and horrible and then try and reach out again, and it's this cycle once again. So he's like, well, what the hell do you want from me? It's like, you're doing this, but don't, do that. So he's saying don't have him feeling alone and pushed outside and left in the cold. Don't become aloof and not contact him or just become silent and give him the silent treatment. He wants you to be loving and to be embracing him and this connection, sitting down and just being real, getting into that real energy rather than the illusion. So will he bounce back over the next 6 weeks? Will he bounce back? Is this situation basically going to be resolved? How will it be resolved? Will he bounce back? All right, let's see. Patience, and there's a new path. So patience for a strong path, okay? Strong foundation being built here. The chance to build something new and grow. So there's definitely patience over the next 6 weeks, okay, for you guys. There's something that still needs to be just left as it is right now. It's just a point where there's got to be a space allowed to be there right now. No, there might be communication, but it doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to get into the issues right now. All right, what's the special message? What's the special message? Peace, dove. I love that. So, and wow, look at this. A new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. This is freaking awesome, guys, because this is just stuff that needs to be dealt with. It's stalemate right now. It's a stalemate. Both of you are kind of like, what? You know, but at the same time, it's going to move. There's going to be growth. The seed is going to be planted and it's going to sprout. So there's patience in this journey, and it shows a new beginning coming in. So it's just going to be unpleasant for a little while, but just working on your own stuff as well will really help push this connection in the right direction. So I hope that's helped you. Okay, if you chose reading number 3, we're going to have a look at your special message here. And we've got soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. So soulmate or twin flame, doesn't really matter the label. They're already with you in spirit. If you're in separation right now or even undergoing challenges, they are with you in spirit. You might even feel their energy with you. So let's have a look. What's going on with this divine masculine? What's his current energy right now? What energy is this divine masculine sitting in right now? What is your divine masculine? What energy is he sitting in right now? Wow, that was interesting. Okay, so he's got a hole in the soul. There's a lot of pain in this divine masculine, and it's rearing its ugly head basically within him right now. He's in a dark place. He's in the dark place of, you know, the dark night of the soul phase. It's the shadow self that he's dealing with right now, and it has to do with childhood wounds. So if he's withdrawing, there's something that may have triggered this within him right now in his in your connection. Okay, let's see the current what he's currently coming up against right now. So what is your divine masculine coming up against right now? Like, what are the challenges right now for him? What is he coming up against regarding this? Yeah. Okay, so he's not really open to giving or receiving right now. He's in opposition. He's in two minds. He's in two minds because he's not feeling strong. He doesn't feel like there's anything to work towards right now. He's not sure that he can give anything. He's not sure that he can give it out or receive it. And he's unsure if there's a strong foundation here for him anyway, between the two of you. He's not sure of that. What did this say again? Soulmate. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So at the moment, he's not in your life. He's not, when I say that, he's not physically with you. There's separation. There's challenges going on here. Even if you're in connection with this person, even if you are physically in the room together, he's not with you emotionally or mentally. Spiritually, yes, because the divine feminines, the divine masculines are constantly connected in that way. But mind and emotion, maybe even physically, he's just not with you. He is too busy stuck in this energy right now where he's feeling trapped. He's feeling fearful. He's feeling like the child, the child that's wounded. Maybe there was something that happened between the two of you. We're going to see this. We're going to see why has he pulled away like this? Why? What's he done? What have you done? What's happened? Why has he pulled away? Okay. He feels like a failure, basically. He feels like he's failed himself, this connection. He's trapped in fear. It's the negative self-beliefs coming up for him. He feels like he just cannot make anything of himself, let alone this connection. So he's his own worst enemy, basically. And he might truly believe, whilst he's in this dark place right now, that you're better off without him. That he has no choice but to close this chapter with you. I'm sorry, guys, it's someone's lawnmower just started. Hopefully it won't affect this too much. Now, see, he sees that there's no point in going forward with this right now, that he's a failure, that he can't achieve what he wants, or he can't bring you the things that you want because he's wounded. Now, let's have a look at what's on his mind when he thinks of you. What is on his mind when he thinks of you? So, this is so interesting. Okay. So what is the yes, be positive? He sees you as this positive person in his life. You are the light. You are the person who's always trying to help him and rescue him and get him out of this space that he's in, but he still is stuck. He's trapped. He just can't give anything. He's got no energy. He's in two minds. He's trying to make this right within himself and be strong within himself, let alone this connection. So he's trying to, well, he's stuck. He's not actually making a decision. He's not making a decision to let it go or to put energy and effort into it right now. He just can't do anything right now but just be where he's right now. Just stuck. That's what it is. So he sees that you are the healthy person. You are the person that's positive in his life. That you do try to make things like right now, even it says timing now, is that you are trying to give him the love and the light that he needs to get him out of this place. That you're trying to make, or trying to help him make positive changes in his life. It could even be that you're, some of you might actually be, if you're in connection, cooking meals for this, for your divine masculine, trying to make him better, trying to sustain this connection through the health, healthy, positive words, positive, gestures even. Some of you are feeling that, when he thinks of you, he's seeing springtime too. See, spring? That you help things come to life for him, that you nourish him, that you nurture him. He sees this, he does think, he knows this is what you're about, that you are the nurturer, that you are the giver, that you just want to help all the time, and that you try and uplift him. You're trying to help him in so many different ways. Could even literally be to fix his diet, because this divine masculine's given up on himself. He's not even looking after himself right now, not properly. So we have, let's see, what does he need from you right now? What does he need from you? What does this divine masculine need from you right now? What does he need? Well, there we go. Blossom. He doesn't, okay, what is sacral chakra? Well, this is interesting because this is the sacred sexuality. It's the creativity, it's the personal relationships. It's saying here that he can't, at this time, connect with you sexually or even close, intimate, like the emotions. He can't have that intimacy right now. He needs you to blossom. He needs you to shine the light still for him, to be strong in yourself, to allow this energy between you to eventually come into this beautiful, like manifesting into the beautiful renewed energy here. This is what it's about. It's renewal. And so he needs you to hold a space for him where there is this light and this magic and the new beginning. It's a new beginning. He needs you to have faith in him, basically, that you're not going to close off to him. It's pretty deep stuff here, what's going on for him. There's a lot of deep childhood stuff going on here. He might have gone into addictions. And he just needs you to be strong and be the light for him, still being positive in his life. It doesn't mean that you have to be drained and be pulled into this energy, because he is in victim consciousness. He's in victim mode right now. It doesn't mean that you have to be, sucked into this, so to speak, like be drawn into it where you're drowning with him. It's more of a at a space, because we did see the space, there's space here between the two of you because he hasn't manifested physically fully in your life. But you need to hold the light for this connection and just focus on yourself as well. Allow yourself to blossom. But the intimacy at this time is just not, he can't handle that right now. He can't handle all the relationship stuff right now. He just can't deal with that. He just needs to know that this is a strong energy for him, a strong space that you're holding for him right now, that he wants to see you prosper and grow in yourself as well. This is the light that he's attracted to. It's a magnet for him. But at the same time, you need to have boundaries, because he will, at times, he might want to latch onto this and be drawn into this, and then he's kind of like pushing you away again. So it's hurtful and it's painful. And this is why I feel like he can't deal with sexuality very well right now. He just can't deal with that really strong, close connection of that, because it's so intense. And the chemistry is so intense, it's just stuffing him around even more so, because he's already feeling confused and restricted and trying to deal with his stuff, let alone relationship, emotional, sexual stuff. So, yeah, all right, let's see. I'm going to have a look at, will he bounce back? Will he bounce back? Well, we've got it right there. Triumphant success. Yes, he's going to bounce back. There's going to be clear communication coming in. He's going to offer his sort of truth. He is actually going to come back in and make some kind of a... there's integrity with this. There's integrity. I just want to see what else comes up with it. This divine masculine likes to talk. He's a communicator. And at the moment he may not be, but normally when you get him talking, he likes to talk. He likes to talk about himself. He likes to talk about his issues. He likes to talk about his creativity. He wants to learn and share. And he's not coming in really fast. Yes, it's positive coming in. It's a triumphant success. It's a breakthrough here in communication. But at the same time, it does show that it's going to be a little bit of a journey. It might not be necessarily smooth sailing for him to come straight back in, because he's still got some stuff he's very fragile with and dealing with, but it does look like he's moving forward. So I want to see, did I see that before? I'm just trying to remember now. Yeah, I want to see a special card for this. Beautiful. It says miracle healing. Miracle healing. This is freaking amazing. So there is some healing going on. You're holding that light, that space for him. And you're not pressuring him, and you're just allowing him to be. You're still having your boundaries up, but you're kind of like standing strong, but from a distance, and sharing your love and allowing him to go through what he needs to go through. Being supportive, but not pressuring him for anything. Let's see what the special message is. Butterflies, butterfly, healing, transformation. This is amazing. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. This is his message to you. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Just trust in your instincts. Trust in the heart space. What is your heart telling you to do in this connection? There's a lot of warmth that you bring into this connection. And he feels it. Even when he's in that cold, dark space, he's feeling your warmth. It's bringing him out into the light, but he still needs to be in that dark phase to learn about himself. He's got to look at his shadows. He's got to look into the past at what this, how can he fill this void, this hole in his soul? Because it's not going to be filled by you. You cannot do this for him, but you can be supportive and show your love for him and shine your light for him. And help him to navigate his way out of that darkness. But it's not that you're not healing him. You're holding that space for him to come back and be, renewed. When he's able to be renewed within himself, this is what's going to happen. He's going to come out and feel that he's been healed in some way. He's got some healing going on. And it's not to say that the divine feminines don't have anything to do with that, because you do. Divine feminines do come in and hold the space, hold the healing energy, the warmth, which can definitely help to heal the divine masculine. But he's definitely got to put in a lot of the work. He's got to go within, he's got to reflect, he's got to look at the shadow and confront it, and be able to heal himself. And move forward out of that, and to come back to you, and this is what he may have to do time and time again, is go within and seek out, answers and work his way through the pain, and then come back to you again. And eventually it won't be as painful for either of you. So I hope that's helped you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.